Hi, it's Sheila from Cardsalot.Sheila on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Today we're going to make tags using coffee dyed or avocado dyed paper, some StazOn ink and stamps, and some napkin or tissue paper. So these are some that I've got completed, where I've decorated them, or just partially done with the stamps and the napkins. This one is on vellum and it's actually kind of different. I haven't finished it off yet. So first thing we need are some papers some cardstock that we've stamped. I've gone ahead and I've done this already. I tried videoing this earlier and my machine stopped halfway through, so this is all I have left. So I'm going to decorate these two for you today. So the first thing we need is some protective paper so that your work surface doesn't get wrecked. And sorry if there's a glare, but can't do much about that. I'm going to take some clear school glue. This is some other glue from the dollar store. You mix it up. I've got a bit of water in here. You mix it 2/3, 1/3. I'm just going to guess, so I don't think it really matters a whole lot. Just to water it down a little so it spreads easier. I'm using a flat brush. I don't know if I mentioned, but when you stamp, you need to use StazOn ink or some kind of ink that's waterproof, because this is wet, water-based, so it will make it run. So you just coat the whole tag. I put it on a fairly liberal amount. It soaks in. Your paper is going to curl up a bit, but when it dries, it straightens up pretty good. Going forward, I'd use a thicker cardstock than what I used here. This stuff's fairly thin, so it does curl up a bit, but I think I'll just back them and they'll be fine. So you get this all coated, and then I've taken tissue paper. This is what the tissue paper looks like, and I've ripped out a piece, this pretty flower, and I'm just going to put it onto my tag. You don't have to be too... The nice thing about tissue paper is it's a bit stronger, so you can move it around a bit. And then you just make sure you cover the whole thing. And because you've torn it, the edges just sort of melt into the background. You can hardly see where where the design starts and stops. And then that little bit on the edge I'll just cut off later. And this is from a napkin. I've just cut a little piece out, so we'll just put that on here. I'm going to leave a little space at the bottom because I want to put some lace or something on there to cover, sort of give it a border. And that's really all there is to it. Then you just have to let them dry. And when they're dry, they look like these ones I showed you earlier. They have a little bit of, the tissue paper ones have a bit more shine, but they dry nice and they're not all shiny when they dry. Okay, so now we're going to, that's really all you have to do to make those. And then now we're going to decorate one. So I thought we would decorate this nice, pretty red one. So I've got a few things here that I want to put on it. This is just some, I don't know, it's sort of like a gauzy type of stuff, and I dyed it with a bit of avocado dye. So I'm just going to put that on the bottom here as a base layer, and then I'm going to put my label over top that says 28th of March 1942, a few years ago, just to give it a little backing. And then I'm going to do the same up here with just this little piece and put on another label. I see I didn't ink this one, so I'm going to ink around it because I like my stuff inked. This is Vintage Photo. So I'm just going to ink the edges up a little bit. And then glue it on. And then I'm going to ink around my tag. Again, this is a preference. You don't have to do that, but I like to have my edges distressed. I'll do the back as well. You can round the corners. I usually do a little rounding of the corners with my rounder punch, just because it makes them slide into the pockets a lot easier. So we'll just ink that up. Okay, and then I have my punch. Here it is, my ribbon punch. And I'm going to punch a hole up here, try to get it centered. And then I'm going to use this sort of chiffon-y ribbon or lace. I guess it's ribbon, not lace. Feed it through. And then back just for some softness for the pretty flowers. And there you have it. Pretty simple. The worst part about making these is waiting for them to dry. So again, here's the samples that I did. I tied a bow in that one. This one I just did the similar. This one I haven't decorated yet, and I haven't decorated the vellum yet. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.